Makers Monday number 17. Welcome in. We are live. I am live. As soon as somebody joins me, I can say we are live. Hi, Sarah. We are live. I need to do a little work on there. Now I can see everybody. Hi, Sharon. Come on in, everybody. Yay, I'm here too. It's nice to see you too. Let's see who comes next. Go ahead and put a thumbs up. Share it, like it. Go ahead and tag people. Tag Cindy, tag Terry. Get people to come on in. Yeah, Makers Monday number 17. How are we all doing? Hi, Barbara. Hi, Mary. Had a busy weekend there with the fundraiser, the yard sale, and Tanya and I got pretty wiped out, but we rebound quickly. So I'm glad now that that's behind and we did well with that, we can look ahead. Hi, Amy. We are looking ahead to doing these more consistently. I will be here I think I'll be here all the Mondays in a row up into our live in my house in-person crafting event where we'll have a live mystery hostess card party. I did create the event for that, so go ahead and check on the website. You will see it. Tell me that you're coming so I can prepare, and we'll have fun and we'll be safe as always. So let's get started as more people come in. Hi, Tanya. Good to see you. I was just telling everybody we're just getting started. The next paper pumpkin is the newest thing we can talk about this week. And I thought we'd be transitioning since the one that's in the mail now is the fall-themed one. The next paper pumpkin, hi Cindy, welcome in, is going to be Joy to the World. Probably these next two. Last year, 2 in a row. The October and November were both Christmas themed, so I'm assuming we're going to get Christmas themed again. There are 8 cards to the A2 size in here, and when they say Joy to the World, they mean it. They have, it's an international one, because Stampin' Up! Is an international company. We're in Japan, Germany, France, we're all over the place, the UK. But this paper pumpkin, and for those of you that don't know what paper pumpkin is, it is Stampin' Up's monthly maker's kit. Everyone has a box or whatever. It can be food, it can be makeup, and when it comes to crafts, paper pumpkin is a monthly kit. It's a really wonderful thing. It's all inclusive. Gives you all you need to make whatever the project is. It's usually cards. You also end up with a stamp set and an ink spot from each and every paper pumpkin kit. So you kind of build a little arsenal of stamps and inks, which is great. But anyway, this Joy to the World one, it's going to have the die cut sentiments are in each of the languages, English, French, and German. So that can be helpful. We have a lot of German speaking people here in town. I know my husband is collaborating with a French scientist right now, so I was excited. I'll be able to make them a Christmas card. So anyway, that is the next paper pumpkin. For those of you that want to be interested, I will have information later to tell you how to order or get on board for that. You have to get on board for that by the 10th of next month. Hi, Renee. And I know there are quite a few of you. I think I got 5 or 6 of you that are getting them either with the prepaid or the subscription. I want to give a shout out to Renee and Tanya, and she's not here yet, but Donna. You 3 are my year-round subscribers to that, which is really wonderful. You never have to think about, is my code running out? Do I need to get another code? You just know it's coming. And if you ever want to skip one, you can do that, because that's always, anyone can do that, whether you're on a prepaid code or you're a subscriber. But we all love paper pumpkin. I can't wait for the next one to get here. Who doesn't love Happy Mail, right? Hi, Terry. Welcome in. So I'm going to get right to, I know I teased you all, and yes, we are going to make a bow with a can opener. But we will get to that. That'll be the demo. I'm going to show you the card that I made with that. It is a Sending Sunshine card. This is the card right here. I think I made this a little bit ago, and somebody got one of these, I think, for one reason or another. I can't remember what I used it for. But I went ahead and made some more. I wanted to show, see, there's a bow on there. And I've made bows before, and I'll show you when I'm doing the demo. There's a way to make the bow, but there's a way that you can make it that it's perfectly symmetrical. So, and if I can find out little tips like that, I am going to share them with you. But I wanted to show you, number one, I wanted to talk about the DSP that we have here. I think I'd like to highlight the DSP. Sharon brought this up because she shared a card that had that beautiful dog designer series paper. That's what DSP is in Stampin' Up! Lingo. Well, this is the Ornate Garden set, which is in the annual catalog. And it's got beautiful, beautiful floral images. I'm not the biggest floral, but daisies. I like daisies. I know Mary, you're a daisy fan. This is the DSP paper. You get 12 sheets of it, and you get them, I think there's 4 different designs. I've just got a little note on there about the colors. But here's one of them, and they are double-sided. And some of the double-sided have gold on them, so you'll see that. Well, that was on the card there. Oh, not that card, the different one. There's another one. And there's this one. There's one more. This one's really pretty. And there's also a stamp set. There's a daisy stamp set, and there's 2 daisy punches. I just ordered the daisy punch. Mary's got the daisy punches. I'll show you something she made in a minute. If I can get in here, this is I'm too close probably. See that this is a green. I think that's a mint macaron and gold. And then this one, I've used this in a card. I'll show you this too. This one is a old olive and gold. These are the back sides of those beautiful florals. It is pretty in person. Do you have this one, Barb? And there's just another. Oh, and this one. Maybe there's 5 designs. I forget. And you could take your Stampin' Blends and color these. I've seen people do that. Really pretty. Oh, and there's the bigger one. That would be really pretty if you, and you could just use little bits of this. This is what I'm trying to do then. I mean, I usually try to stretch my designer series paper. This is the Ornate, it's in the Ornate Garden Suite and the DSP. But let me show you one thing. I don't know if I want to show you that one yet, but let's go back. Where were we? I ended up doing a lot today. So anyway, that I used a sliver of that. And I also want to talk about, there's another product in here. Hi, Doris. Welcome in. If I can get my hands to cooperate. I should have thought about this on all the cards. I think I made 3 of these total, 4, because one got sent out to someone earlier. But if I can get in to show you, this is the one. I went ahead and I used, I don't know if you can see it. There you go, if I get the light on it. I used one of the new, it's in the new catalog, and it's the set of embossing folders that they've created for the, I didn't emboss this one. So it kind of shows you the difference when you emboss and when you don't emboss. But and I'll pull up this embossing folder. By the way, this is an old stamp. I got the new one on order. Mary's got the new one. I'll show you one of those in a minute. But I was just showing you there on this one. I didn't emboss, and I thought, well, man, I should have embossed. So one of these, this one here is smooth, not embossed. And then this one, I used one of the 2 folders in the small catalog that we just got, the one that goes through December. They have this size folders. And in here, this is designed to go with the new Stampin' Cut embossing machine, the little one that's not out yet. So doesn't mean you can't buy these folders and use them though, which is what I wanted to show you. So there's 2 in here, and these are wrapped in texture. And I was looking last week when I did those ones that look like cobblestones or alligator skin for a background. I needed something more plain, so I have these, and one of them is the dots, which I used this one, the dots, on that black, and this one was more of a like a mini, I don't know, herringbone, something like that. So, and these are, so for $8 you get 2. And I know they're not, these are 6 something, I think it's 6 1/4. So it's bigger than a full top of the card, but they're only, I think, oh, they're 3 1/2 or 3 3/4. Don't quote me on that. But they're not a full card size when it comes to one direction, but they are the other direction. And that there's a lot of uses you can use. Like with this one, I didn't need the full card. I just needed to cover this black stuff, you know, the black part there. So you're almost getting 2 for the price of 1 on your embossing folders. Here's another card I did. I just want to show you this one quick. So I took one of these. I took the other embossing folder and I turned it sideways instead of up and down. So then the embossed part goes from here to here. So if you can see that pattern. So I did that, if I can get the card in there, on this card. So, and there's a little sliver of the DSP. And then I hadn't done this before. There's 2 things I hadn't done before. You can use regular cardstock and then the full ink color of that cardstock on it. So it looks like you've colored your boots, but you haven't. And then I went ahead and also stamped on this, and this is that green with gold ornate garden. So, and then I last week we talked about the gold foil, and this is a punch. The umbrellas, there's a stamp set right here, and this was back when we did our first live event here, that we made the cards out with the umbrella stamp set. So the umbrella stamp set has the coordinating punch. So I went ahead and punched out the gold umbrella thing and umbrella handle and put all that together. So just to show you another use of those smaller embossing folders, because I thought, heck, I mean, embossing folders aren't that expensive. I'm frugal though. They're only like $8 to $10 for the normal size ones. But there's no reason, even if you have the larger machine, not to think about getting some of these. So that's my tip on these. What else do I need to show you on here? Is there anything else? Embossing, double folder, the DSP. Oh, the Daisy Sunshine. In the catalog, there is, let me show you that real quick, because you see the big flower on this one is an old flower, because I'm waiting on my daisy punch to come. But it coordinated good enough. Mary, at her party, if she's still on here, made us these wonderful little gift bags. And this is made with that daisy stamp set, which I'll show you in a minute in the catalog. But it has a frond leaf, and then she made a tag. And right here you can see the 2 flower sizes. There's actually 2 separate punches in our catalog. So there's the smaller size right here, which I think I just ordered that one, and the larger size, which is on my wish list, of course, along with the stamp set. And this is that stamp set. So, and that would all coordinate really well back with that designer series paper. So these are, this way, the Daisy, what is this one called? Daisy Lane. Hey, isn't that your street name, Tanya? You might need this one. Okay. But anyway, that's that set. And I guess let's talk about this while we're thinking about those real quick. And then I'll turn down and make the bow, because we need to make a bow to go on that. For this week, going into next week, not that we're done yet, but while we're looking at those, I had made this and I thought, well, it's been a while since we've done a template challenge. And there's some of you that were here and some that weren't that are watching tonight. So you want to get in on template challenges. They're fun. But based on this card, I drew a template. So here's my little template. So I will post a picture of this separate. But it's just, there's templates for scrapbooking and card making, but I just sketched a template from what I made. This is just the template. So, and in the challenge, you guys can make a card based on this and share it with me or with us in our group there. And then everyone who does make a card based on the template, next week we will draw a prize. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll pull the names of everyone that's made a card. But you don't have to have a flower there. That could be a snowman. That could be a dog. I mean, this is just a rough idea of what you want to base your card on. So for next week, there's a template challenge, and the prize for that, and that's where these came from. From that template, I drew this. This is something I've had for a while, and this is the prize. This is actually a card kit that's also an international card kit. So kind of in honor of our new Paper Pumpkin coming up, I pulled one of these out, and this will be the prize for one of you who met the challenge of the layout and created a card. So without further ado, let's get out our can opener, and I will show you how I made this little bow. And I have to give a shout out to Jess B. Creative Cardiology is the name of it. Let me go ahead and switch this around. Hi Shirley, welcome in. I was watching a video. Excuse me as I try not to drop us and get us down the right way. A couple things down here we didn't talk about. I'm going to move these aside for now. Maybe I'll talk about them later. But yeah, I was watching this video from Jess B. Cardiology, and she was tying a bow. Let me know if you can see that. Let me see if I can look down here and see if we're live. Hold, bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. I watch videos too to get ideas. It's a great way to do that. But when I was watching this one, I was watching this girl, and she was doing a bunch of things, and she went to tie a bow. And she reached for her, what did she call it? Let me get us in the picture here. This way or this way? That's the question. Are we still live? There we go. Oh, good. She reached for her, what did she call them? Toaster pulls? Toaster something? I don't know. But it was something she used to reach, toaster tongs. And I thought, she's got to be in the UK, because we don't have toaster tongs in the US, do we? But that's when I got the can opener. In fact, I think, Sarah, this might be the one you got me. Didn't you get me this ages ago? But I'm looking for two things, because you just need two things equal size that you can slide the bow off of. And then you'll take, what I was doing before to tie bows, normally when you tie a bow, if you tied it onto something, you would bring your string around, tie a knot, then tie your bow. Well, when I used to tie bows for cards, I was taking I wasn't tying a knot first, I was taking two equal ends and tying them this way. And you can do that, but no matter how you try with that, it doesn't really end up, it takes a little fiddling, and you're trying to get them the same size, and they look okay. But they're not that precise bow that you get with your can opener. So don't cut your string, leave it loose. Bring it across like this. You want the open end to go around the back, and then you bring it forward and go under and go. It's always harder when you're doing it on the camera. Try to hold some tightness into this one to the right, but it's easier than this, trust me. But you're coming up and over, and then you're just going to tie a knot. Come on, and then get your little guy under, tie your little knot. There he goes. Behave. Oh, behave. Give it a good little tug. And then slide that off your K. And there you go. You got a precise, perfectly, they're exactly the same size. Just give yourself a snip. One snip there. These are our little paper snips. I love them for cutting little ribbon too. I end up getting stuff on my other ones. And then just get your card. I had one of these that I didn't finish. Where'd it go now? I've gotten so much back here I can't find those cards. Well, wherever that card went, when I find it, I will have the perfect bow to put on it. Well, here's the one with the bow on it. But anyway, that's how I made this one. And if you look, they're all going to match. So that's my tip for today. Let's go ahead and turn back up. Okay, here we go. Don't drop the phone, Laura. What'd you think? Okay. Yay! I'm glad you're all still there. Would Pampered Chef tongs work? Are they round? Are they the same size? Or I have tongs too, but I wasn't sure if they would work because most tongs, the ends are bigger. So you need ones that are the same size. That's why she had these toaster tongs, which basically look like a fat pair of chopsticks that were together. I figured everyone had a can opener. I really did. So that's why I thought can opener. So, and they slide off easy too. So now whenever I need to open a can, I'm going to have to go to my crafting stuff and get my can opener back. Right, girls? So I think I'm the only one that's thought of making it out of can opener. I hadn't seen a video on that yet. So my original thought. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing Daisy Lane. Yes. So, remember, so that was it. That's my big thing. Yeah, they're totally symmetrical. That's what's great about it. But remember, mark your calendars for our live coming up then, girls. And before we go, there was one other thing I wanted to mention. We were talking about Paper Pumpkin, and I talked about that you get an arsenal of stamps, and you get the ink spots too, which is nothing to snuff at, because then you're starting to build your ink library. So, oh good, symmetrical is good, Tanya. So you end up with, as you start getting paper pumpkins, you're going to end up with a bunch of little ink spots. So you want to make sure, because ink spots don't hold, they stay viable for quite some time. The can opener part is all original for me, but yeah, Jess B. Cardiology, Creative Cardiology is the girl that gave me the idea to make the bow, to answer your question there, Sarah. But you'll want to make sure that you get the inks so you can refill your ink spots, because eventually they will lose their juiciness, as we say in the Stampin' Up! World. So in the annual catalog, you'll see all the little ink refills, and they're only like $3. So and then just as your spots start to dry out, you will refresh them with your ink. So, but that was my tip I forgot to mention for the paper pumpkin. So, but mark your calendars, and I can't wait to see who's going to make a card. I will post this picture of the template. So between now and next Sunday, get your creative caps on, and make a card. Oh, that's a good question, Terry. How do you ink blank ink spots? Because I have bought blank ink spots before, and blank ink spots, not black ink spots, blank ones. So you just take the ink, and you just start. You don't have to squeeze hard. You just kind of get a little of the ink coming out and go back and forth across your little ink pad, little ink spot there, and it should soak down in. And I just go back and forth a few times, and I've noticed the ink spots, I don't have a blank one with me, but they're white when you start. So when you start putting the ink on, I kind of watch to see that it starts sinking into it about halfway. I don't wait till I don't keep squeezing ink on until the entire spot, the entire depth gets full with the color, because I figure it'll bleed down more and I can always add more. So that's how I ink my ink spots, Terry. But that's a good question. Any other questions? Always put questions down below or ideas you want for classes coming up. So, but mark your calendars for the 4th. Be sure to send me a picture or share on our group the card that you are making from the template challenge, and you'll be entered. We'll have a spinning wheel of names next week, and we will draw a winner out of everyone who has made a card from the template challenge. So thank you so much for watching, ladies. I look forward to this every Monday. I can't wait to see what you all come up with. If you have questions, put them in, and I will post-produce this and put on all the things that we talked about. And I'll put the page number for the ink refills so that you can all check that out. Because definitely, you definitely want to get, especially some of the inks. There are inks that are always in our catalog. There are suites. So they're the ones that there's 10 of, and there's the Regals and the Subtles, and and the Brights. Those are our base colors, and the neutrals. But when it comes to the ink colors that are the ones that run for 2 years, eventually they drop out. So that wouldn't affect us until we get a year more down the road, because us starting out with it. But the new ink colors that we just got, like Bumblebee and those colors are only around for 2 years. So you definitely, if you've got an ink spot, because I think we have a Misty Moonlight ink spot already, you definitely want to get the ink to go with that, because those inks will go away and then that ink spot won't be viable. And the ink refills last for a good long time. So, yeah, Tanya, I know. Everyone's saying extra good wishes for Tanya. She's got something coming up this week, heading in to see if the docs can help her out again. So, yeah, sorry about that. But maybe you'll get a chance before, well, it's not till Wednesday, right? Get on that challenge right away, Tanya. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, and be well, and heal well for you, Tanya. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.